Hello everyone, this is Brandon Marshall from the Marshall's Woodshop, and today we're going to make a walnut coffee table. Recently, I picked up this giant walnut slab that the figuring on it was just amazing, and I reached out to my followers and friends on Instagram and Facebook and asked them whether it should be the seat to a double rocker or a coffee table. And judging from the title, I bet you can figure out which one they chose. So, I don't have a very big shop or a very big planer, so I was brought back to doing the tried and true method of planing with a router. Built a sled real quick and got to work, which turns out took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. After the initial router planing was done, I went through and cleaned up a couple of edges with my jigsaw and got it prepared to take its final shape. Since I wasn't exactly sure where it was going to be, I decided I didn't really want any straight edges on it. I wanted it to be very organic. I decided to use compass and get a nice round curve on one side. You saw me there use a hand plane as a measuring device. I don't really know why. It was just happened to be handy. So sometimes you just got to use the tools in which you were given. For my next step, I prepared the backside of it to accept epoxy to fill some voids. I have found that painter's tape works really well, and if you add some of the aluminum foil duct tape, it holds incredibly well with epoxy. And I wanted to leave the bark on, so you saw me there trying to get that all nice and epoxied. I chose to use some ash that I found along the road to make the legs with. I decided to go for a 3-point leg system, which is going to have 2 smaller ones and one about the double size of the other 2. Yeah, if that makes sense. So 2 of them are about 2 inches square, and the third one is about 2 by 4, maybe 4.5. At this point, I thought I was just rolling right along. It was going to work out really good. I was going to do angled mortise and tenons. It was great. And then I realized that I had cut them wrong. So all of my legs got a little bit shorter, and I went back and recut them. No big deal, just took some thinking. Next, I decided to start cleaning up the surface, getting it ready to mortise. I also noticed that I needed to put a butterfly in down at the skinnier side to help with a crack. There I am, starting the mortises for the legs. And coming through and cleaning up and rounding over some of the edges. Like I had mentioned, I decided to put a little butterfly in there. she had that piece of wood just sitting around. It's some curly maple with some walnut stripes. Thought it would be quite fitting. This was actually my first attempt at doing a butterfly or spline joint. Dovetail key. I think it turned out okay. You get to move back to the legs. Do some rounding over. Do some sanding. Decided to pre-stain the bottom before I put the legs in. Figured it would be a little easier. Left this shot a little long just because I always find enjoyment in just watching the grain come right out. For this particular application, I decided to use Danish oil. Look at that, the grain though. One leg, two leg, third leg. There it is. And my dog in the background eating my wood scraps. So we're just doing a dry fit here, making sure the legs fit where I intended them to fit. And well, not quite, at least not how I anticipated. Once I got them in though, I decided to use wedged tenons. First time doing that too. So, first time doing an angled mortise and tenon, first time doing the spline joint or butterfly, and the first time doing the wedge tenon. May have had a little too many first times in this project. One thing I've gathered from watching YouTube and listening to podcasts is everybody says that woodworking tells stories, whether it's working with your hands or completing the project. There's always a story. So with it being Christmas season and all, I decided I should probably tell a story. And some of you may not know, I have a 5-month-old son, and this will be his first Christmas. So in the spirit of that, I have chose a Christmas-themed story. I hope you enjoy. Biscuits Pet and Play Christmas. It's time to celebrate Christmas, Biscuit. Woof, woof. We have our warm, woolly sweaters. Let's join the fun. Woof. Oh, Biscuit! There's the Christmas tree. It's filled with sparkling lights. Woof, woof. And lots of shiny ornaments. Woof. We can all sing Christmas carols around the tree, Biscuit. Woof, woof. Funny puppy, where did you find that fuzzy scarf? Wolf. Hooray! We're going for a sleigh ride. Wolf. Wolf. Just feel the horse's fur. Wolf. Jingle, jingle. The sleigh bells are ringing. We're ready to go. Merry Christmas, Biscuit. Wolf. Wolf. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to all, said Santa. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Wolf, wolf. So now all that has been glued up and I start the final phases of sanding. I typically like to sand much higher than I probably need to, but it all depends on what I'm doing. My rocking chairs, depending on how much figure they have, I'll sand all the way up to 600. I don't know why, I just like to. Then you gotta pour some of that oil on and just let it do the work. This ended up being fairly curly walnut. It was in a crotch of a tree. I wish I would have gotten a couple of more pieces of it. It's very bizarre figure and really pleasant to work with. This also might be the only piece of footage that I didn't speed up just because I wanted you to enjoy the application of finish as much as I do. I found that this part of the process tends to alleviate the pains of sanding and fixing and some of the more monotonous parts of the project that kind of make you wonder, what am I doing here? But it's, you get to this and it makes it all worth it. I hope you've enjoyed this project as much as I have. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. And if you like me, please follow me. Instagram, YouTube, hit that little like button, because I'd love to keep on doing this. For now, this is Brandon from the Marshall's Wood